Good morning, dear students. Today we will go through Booth's algorithm. I have heard from many of the students that you are finding difficulty in doing Booth's algorithm problems. So now no need to worry, no need to mug up all the calculations and all. It's very easy to do calculation or to do multiplication using Booth's algorithm. So from now onwards, you please note that you need not to worry again about solving the problems based on Booth's algorithm. So accordingly, I have prepared lecture notes which I have uploaded in your Google Classroom. You can see I have uploaded the material over here in Google Classroom. The lecture is divided into 3 parts. Well, before going on, we will first discuss about what is Booth's algorithm. Booth's algorithm is used to multiply two numbers. Now you will be thinking, like, multiplying two numbers is very easy job. What's the big thing about that? Now think all about multiplying two numbers from the processor point of view using Booth's algorithm. So it will do step by step process. Again, like, you'll have it in your mind, why a new algorithm for doing that? Because we have to think the processor point of view, how it will be done. So we'll go through a step by step explanation of doing multiplication using Booth's algorithm. The lecture is divided into 3 parts. In the first part, we will see how we can multiply two positive numbers using Booth's algorithm. In the second part, we will see how we can multiply a positive number and a negative number using Booth's algorithm. And in the third part, we will see how we can multiply a negative number and a negative number using Booth's algorithm. Now, before going on with the example, we will first see the flow chart. It's very important to understand the flow chart before going through the examples. So first we'll start. Initially there are two registers AC and Q. We take two registers AC and Q. AC and Q. And for multiplication we have two numbers given for multiplying. So first is the multiplicand and the other one is a multiplier. M, we take the numbers M and Q. Then we take count is equal to n, that is how many number of bits are there in the multiplicand and the multiplier. So that is a number that shows how many number of bits is there in the register or your binary number. If it maybe in examples this count will be given to you, if it is not given, take the count to be the equal to the number of bits in the binary number. Now next, first we will again check the q0 and q minus 1 value. If the value of q0 and q minus 1 is equals to 1 0, then then we do AC equals to AC minus m, and if the value is 0 1, then we do AC is equal to AC plus m. Again I repeat, if the value is 1 0, we do AC is equal to AC minus m, and if the value is 0 1, then we do AC is equal to AC plus m. And after doing this addition or subtraction, we always do arithmetic shift right. Dear, don't forget, we always do arithmetic arithmetic shift right. And if the value of q0 and q minus 1 turns out to be 0 0 or 1 1, then what we do is we just do arithmetic shift right. But in short, we do an arithmetic shift right no matter whether the value is 1 0 0 1 0 0 and 1 1. The only thing is that if it is 1 0, if it is 1 0, then we do arithmetic shift right after that, and 0 1 we do arithmetic shift right after performing this addition of. So if it is 1 0 or 0 1, then we do arithmetic shift right after performing subtraction, or after performing this addition we do arithmetic shift right. Whereas in the other case about, we just do arithmetic shift right. This is sometimes students make mistakes over here, so that's why I'm again explaining you. And then after doing one iteration, this we check for the count value over here, whether it is 0. If it is 0, then we end the process over here, or else again we iterate this process. Now count is equal to 0, so if the value of count, suppose if the value of count is equal to 4, then this cycle will run for 4 times. If it is 3, it will run for 3 times. So depending on the value of count, this particular calculation will be done that many number of times. So let's move on to an example. Before going again arithmetic shift right, I thought of again mentioning it over here. What is arithmetic shift right? In my previous lecture I have explained very clearly how to do arithmetic shift right. What is arithmetic shift right? Arithmetic shift right comes in module 5. It's very easy. Now the difference between shift right and arithmetic shift right is that in shift right over here you can see the example, you just shift off to all the bits to the rightmost part, and in the leftmost you add a 0, you append a 0 over here. Whereas in arithmetic shift right, we know very well the first bit contains the sign, so we can't altogether delete of those value, or we can shift. If you shift those bit about, that sign value will go. So the thing is that arithmetic shift right, we shift off all the bits, but we copy the first bit, we shift the first bit and then copy the same bit over here. We copy the shift the bit over here and also copy the bit onto the same first place. You can see over here, copy the bit over to the first place, 1110. So you can see the difference over here of the same question if you do shift right and if you do arithmetic shift right. So please do take the difference between shift right and arithmetic shift right. Chances are there that you may make mistakes without knowing the difference between the two. There is a bit difference in arithmetic shift right. Now we go on with the example. The example is multiplying 7 and 3 using Booth's algorithm. Now the register size is given over here. The register size is 4, that is the value of count is equals to 4. And the first thing, there are some rough work to be done before going on with solving the example. So those rough works is first I tell you, because these were the things missing, because of which you were finding difficulty in doing the question of Booth's algorithm or understanding Booth's algorithm. So when the question is given over here, there may be two numbers, 7 and 3 here. Two numbers are there, the count value is there. First we convert the decimal value, the number given, onto the base 2. So 7 to the base 10 we are converted to binary, and 3 to the base 10 you are converted to binary value. Now again there is a thing called AC is equal to AC minus M and AC is equal to AC plus M. This was one of the steps. These were the steps in your Booth's algorithm. So what we do over here is that we initially calculate the value of minus M over here. Actually AC is equal to AC minus M. When we say, it is actually equal to AC is equal to AC plus of minus M. Is that correct? I hope you understand. Subtraction is equal to adding the same number, negative of the same number. Sorry, it's negative of the same number. If we add, it's equivalent to negation only, subtraction only. So this is what I have written over here. prerequisite for before doing the solve. So first convert it into binary, then find out the value of minus m. How we are going to find the value of minus m? That is, take the binary of m. M is 7, 0, 1, 1, 1 binary, and then do the 2's complement of that. This is what I done. 2's complement 0, 1, 1, 1. First I find the 1's complement, that is 1, 0, 0, 0, and then 2's complement adding 1. I have found it to be 1, 0, 0, 1 to the base 2. So that's all about the prerequisite work which you have to do before solving the example. These all things you need to very well understand. This one, multiplicand, multiplier, for finding the 2's complement and all. 2's complement we are finding for getting the negative of that number, so that if you have this value you can do that tabular work very fast. Now let's move on to solving the examples. So this is the tabular form which you have always seen. Initially we initialize the AC value, AC register, AC value to be 0, 0, 0, 0. Initially always we have this AC registers to be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then we take the multiplier value. Don't forget which one is the multiplier and which one is the multiplicand. Again let me see. Multiplicand is 0, 1, 1, 1, and multiplicand, sorry, this multiplicand, I should make a correction. This is a multiplier, this is multiplier, the 3 is multiplier, this is multiplier. So we take the multiplier over here. Multiplier, that is 3 over here. This is 3 multiplier. Initialize the value of register AC to be 0, 0, 0, 0, and the value of Q minus 1 initially is kept as 0 only. Always it is like that. So let's move. The first value of Q0 and Qn minus 1. This is Q0 and this is Qn minus. This is Q0 and this is Q minus 1. Sorry. Sometimes in book it is written Qn minus 1 and any other way about, but it's one and the same. No need to worry. So you will have the multiplier value and Q minus 1 initially it will be 0. So let's look on to the last bit. This is the last bit which you have to always refer to. This last bit is 1 and this is 0. So when it is 1 0 in Booth's algorithm, what we do? If you're forgetting, again let's refer, if it is 1 0 over here, that's value of Q0 and Qn minus 1. If it is 1 0, then we used to 1 0, we do the subtraction, 0 1 addition. So don't forget 1 0 subtraction, 0 1 addition. So the same thing we do over here. So before solving, keep all these things in your mind. So we do subtraction process over here. AC is equal to AC minus M. So AC is equal to AC minus M is equal to AC plus of minus M. We have found the value of minus M to be 1 0 0 1. The prerequisite we have done. So I have done the addition over here. You can see 0 0 0 0 plus 0 1, sorry, 1 0 0 1, and the addition turns out to 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1, and return the value over here. Now don't forget, when we do any addition or subtraction, you have to always do arithmetic shift right. This generally students make mistake or you forget to do. So this is the thing that you have to always keep in mind. So after doing arithmetic shift right, this is what you are facing some confusion about how the bits are going. So this will come as it is and this this bit also will come as it is. Now this rightmost bit will shift to the q minus 1 value. This one will shift over here, this one will shift over here, this one will shift over here, and the bit of AC will shift over here. So all the bits will shift in this way. I am showing with arrows so that you don't confuse. And since it is an arithmetic shift right, you know very well, so arithmetic shift right, will copy the same bit over here, 1, that is the leftmost bit. So you will get the answer as 1100 1001 and this one as 1. Now we will see the last bit again over here. What is the last bit over here? Last q0 and qn minus 1, 1 and 1. So we do arithmetic shift right. After doing that, again we see the last value. After doing arithmetic shift right, you are getting the value of 1110 0100 and 1. Then again we see the last bit value over here. That's okay. There's one thing to be explained. After completing this one process, no, AC is equal to AC minus MU performed and then ASR. This actually is your first cycle. Then second cycle we moved on to it arithmetic shift right, just because the bit value over here was 1 1, over here you had 1 1. Then we move on to the third cycle, this one, third cycle, wherein you got 0 1 as the last bit value over here. You can see 0 and 1. So 0 1 corresponds to addition. AC is equal to AC plus M, and then arithmetic shift right, this one, arithmetic shift right. So we did AC is equal to AC plus M. You got the value 0 1 0 1, this one over here. Okay, and then we did an arithmetic shift right, this one over here, and then we again we see the value. This is the third cycle has got completed, and then we see the last two value, that is q0 and q minus n. q0 and q minus n, this turns out to be 0 0. So what we do, just we do arithmetic shift right, that is going on to the fourth cycle. And how many number of count bits you had over here? The count initially we taken, or it was given as 4. So we have to do until 4 cycles only. That is the total number of bits in the register. It is not that we can stop the calculation over here. You can go on calculating till any number of times, but to get the correct answer you have to stop this iteration till 4 only. Hence the question has 4 bits, that is the register size is 4. So in the final, you can see in the final cycle, let's see on to the final cycle. In the final cycle you get the value to be given, you get the value of AC register to be 0001 and 0101, and then this q minus 1 bit to be 0. This you have to discard this one. Yes, you can do discard. Also one more thing to be taken care is that sometimes you may get carry, as over here in this third cycle. I forgot to mention, the third cycle you may get a carry. So at that time what you have to do, you have to discard the carry if at all it is there. Now the final answer would be the value of AC, the value of AC and this q, and this q minus 1 you have to discard. Take the value of q, AC and q, write it all together as it is written over here together, and convert to the decimal equivalent of this. How to convert the decimal equivalent of this? You can do it using your calculators to set your calculator to the binary mode. Switch on your calculator, then go to mode, and in the fourth, maybe in your calculator, if at all it is the same version as it is there with me, you can use the fourth option, that is base minus n. Fourth option, if you go, uh, you can get the default mode to be decimal. You can press binary for changing the mode to binary, then press these numbers, input these numbers 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 equals to, you get the binary, and then shift, press shift and then decimal, you get the value to be 21. You can see over here, just a minute. The final answer to this first part of our lecture is 21. Is 21. This is our final answer. So I'm finishing off with the first part of Booth's algorithm. If you do have any doubt, please put this in Google Classroom, and please do share this lecture with your friends, and also do let me know